Inspire Agile transformation from bottom up. I'm happy to be here, by the way. So I'm happy to see you here, even it's like not that many people, which I was also a little bit hoping because I'm not like that often on the conference a speaker. And probably the first one, it's first time for me. And yeah, I would like to introduce my possible case study and speak also with you about your experiences. So, because like later on, I would ask you some questions. So, regarding constraints in the organization, stuff like that. So, who I am, short stuff to myself. My name is Sofia Pelzl. So, I'm everything what you see here. So, maybe some stuff more. So, but I think for the conference, it's interesting to know so that I'm in a large-scale environment. So Scrum and less. So since 2017, and I was involved in the Wolfgang Steffen's case study, Wolf's case study. So and supporting like small and big companies, mostly big companies, to improve the capability of the system. My mentor for this study, case study, is Mark. Mark, thank you for supporting me on that. So, and Mark Bregenshoff from Valtech. So far, anything what? Okay. So, to give to my talk now more structure, so I put like some like content how my presentation and how my talk made today. So, about like what was motivating me to write a case study. So, what is the background information, of course, about the company we are worked in, and our way to less. So to have like 3 different perspectives. So organizational, cultural, and workflow one. So just to show you all aspects so of the transition. And of course, I would like to speak also about organizational constraints. So and have a small conclusion and questions, also an answer session as well. If you have questions in between, don't bother to ask me something. So, because we're so small around, so you can really like. So, the motivation, so sharing experiences. What was the motivation for this case study? I'm working usually, so I'm not coming really like a coach and starting in the organization like from the top. So some people they're coming and they can work already with the C-level. So in my case, I'm coming really often in the middle management or like really like a Scrum Master just. So with it, working with the team. So and which is like quite interesting. So for me, that's why also the motivation for the case study. So to figure out how, if you even have this position, how to make the organization, how to inspire the bosses also as well. So how to inspire the whole organization. So to do Scrum and to do less. So and that's what I would like to speak today about. What else? Of course, here I used, of course, the less principles, structure, and guides, and non-less environment. So, and that's which is really helping me and helping the teams to have this structure. So, some background information. So, writing of this case study is still ongoing. So, it is. Not totally finished one, so it is. I'm publishing this one, and it's still more or less under investigation. That's why I can't tell you the name of the company. So I'm sorry for that. So because it's always interesting also to know the name, but in this case, so maybe because I did not really like. I don't have any feedback for the moment. So to make my talk not too abstract, so I would anyway put some information about this company. So it's a medium-sized telecommunication infrastructure provider somewhere in Germany. So with 1,000 employees, but I was mostly working in IT department or IT division. So, and the IT division was 120 people. So, which we of course involved also like business as well and some parts of organization like human resources or whatever, but mostly it was IT. So, and I will show you why and how it developed. You can ask questions so far. That's what I said. My initial role, as I already said to you, so was Scrum Master. So initial steps, started in May 2019 on a single project level. Okay, now the question to you, why project level? What do you think? Why don't say it's a Scrum team? Because the organization is not built on the way to do Scrum. You have to have a starting point. So that means it was a project. And the Scrum introduction was made in the project mode. So we had the project manager, we had a Scrum Master, and we had the team. So so what happened now after like 3 years doing it? Now 3 teams are working in a less adoption and in parallel, so multiple further less like Scrum adoption, including multi-team events started.
Is the initial project, is it already completed?
Yeah, I will tell you, I will just come up straight away. It was completed after 4 months. And I'll tell you interesting facts about that. Exactly, the entire case study covers more than 3 years and still ongoing because it's a process. So also to inspire the people to go from from bottom to the top, so it takes time. So final role, what I have, it's an Agile coach and a management coach. So I had really to separate those 2 words. So to make sure, so you're working on an organization and you're also supporting management, of course. So you're having sessions with them, you're inspiring them and giving them ideas how to go ahead. So, so then exactly to your question. So I have to explain a little bit so to this one, maybe just to check, so just here. With this color, so with the gray one, I have this organizational perspective, what happened there. With the green one, cultural perspective. So what happened in organization, so culture follows the structure, yeah? And then the workflow perspective more than what kind of events we put in, so and stuff like that, what happened. So that's why you see this Scrum introduction, you will see so that management seen it like a project management methodology. So nobody knew about that so far. Maybe they did some, like they had some teams in the previous companies, they worked in Scrum, but this time they said, okay, we're going to have this defined 4 months, like because the project has always defined starting point and defined end, which in Scrum we don't really do, except like it's end of life for the product. So because we're working with products. So, and it was quite interesting, so that in the beginning, it was in May 2019, I started, so and I said, okay, I got a project manager for, so interesting fact. And what can I say more? So the whole organization and the previous organization was an old organization with the classical hierarchical stuff. Everything what you can imagine in normal organizations, so they don't do less or Scrum or Kanban, they don't work Agile. So they were focusing more on systems and the projects and not on the products. So that's why we have this product manager there.
Was it an important project
Yes.
Or did they choose it, a little one, just to try Scrum and then say, okay, it would be a wise idea, but sure not?
No, they really, no, it was an important one, because they started, it was like extra money given to this team, so who was focusing, for example, on the portal stuff. So, and that was a gremium or a committee, so of the people on the C-level. So, and they were listening all the time what is the project managers was reporting. That's why, so after the end of the project, they asked, so should we just cancel it? So, and we said, oh no, we just like started work Agile, so please don't. So, and they continued, put it into, maybe I'm too far. Okay, I'm just gonna, what we did, so in this project. One team Scrum, less branded, because we took like Sprint Planning 1 and Sprint Planning 2 events. So, and one product owner, one product backlog, one feature team. So that was the first step. So, and management, and that's what I really have, like, I was lucky and glad about that, agree on this kind of, that we can work like that. And I had this freedom to do it. So it was exactly what I did not expect to this time, so that already gave me this freedom, but it was cool for me. So then we had Scrum events. That's why I jumped back, so because that's I have to speak about it now. We had Sprint Planning 1. We had weekly product backlog refinements. So, and they were implemented, because Scrum says, so you don't need to implement somehow. It did not really, of course you have product backlog refinements, but they're not planned event. So, and we planned them. So twice a week even in the beginning, so to refine. And then we had sprint review. If you miss some events here, so that means they are usual Scrum events, which I don't mention here. Because we would say, where is your retrospective? So, what happened? So exactly at this point, management understood. So before the end of the project, they understood so that the harmless of the projects and advantage of Scrum. So that's so important, so that we work on the products and not on the project, that they believe they can give it into the line. So give it into the, just to the team. And that's quite interesting. So because I never had it before, that's we did this turnaround and we released. So the project manager was gone. Was a good guy, I really liked this guy, so, but it was not necessary to have one, because the teams were working with Scrum Master, product owner, and by themselves. Any questions so far?
So you integrated this project, this finalized project, into the team?
Yes.
So the team was bigger than only the project?
Yeah, it started to get bigger,
okay.
Indeed. So that, that part I already explained, that's why it's small. So exactly, I'm going to put maybe all the ones, so just to make sure. So after this successful Scrum adoption, so we had a really like also party on the rooftop of the company, so and C-level said, guys, you managed so far everything, we're really happy about results, and we will support you. So you got our buy-in for this part. So, and management support this organization, this organic growth, so that we could get more people. So that's why, so you see here, organic growth, new volunteers in the team. We got people, they really said, we would like to work in your team. So because we're working now on some different parts, but we would like to join you. Is it possible? And to your question, yes, the team got bigger because of the volunteers. So, and that's one of the less principles, get volunteering on board, or volunteers on board. So, and what we did more, so and that we discovered this deep and narrow with this one team working in Scrum, less branded Scrum. And then we had additional event, because we had multiple stakeholders, because in this small Scrum introduction, we realized we only covered a little part of the tasks or of the things what the team was working on. And everything else was like standing and waiting and stand-alone mode. So it just like nothing happened. And then so people come from the side and said, oh, could you please also consider our requirements? I said, we have to put everything in one backlog. So, and we need to have really one PO.
And can you tell us which topic or which technology we're talking about in this project or in this team?
A portal.
Portal.
Yeah, portal team. So of course with the front end, back end and everything, so that you can also order something. So it's not only like totally front end. Okay. And we got a broader product definition, so we got a new scope. And we got several stakeholders. So they call themselves product owners, and to have really like to get the structure with one PO. So I said, okay, let us do it a product owner team. So and they prioritized over 3 years all the topics so that we could keep one product backlog, which is really important part. So because like in the past, everyone could come to the guys and, oh, could you please do that? Could you please do that? Without any backlogs, or like they had many. And then, yeah, everything what I had to, and then we had this weekly shared prioritization meeting, because somewhere in one of the committees, one of the events, we have to discuss, or product owners, they need to discuss about the priority. So the next step, what happened next? So management and IT were supporting us a lot, so, and this less adoption. And we started to do the new Scrum teams in the different component areas. What does it mean? It's not really about the case study now, so it's a different part. We started, for example, it was a portal team, and then we had a billing team, we had like CRM system or whatever. So, and all of them started to do Scrum and took our blueprint. So thank you. So, and took our blueprint. So, and I was like honored to introduce to the Scrum Master how it works. I did the trainings and introduce it in little teams then.
How about the mindset? Because I think the portal team, they were the first mover, because they were motivated to do that and to move to another team. And what about the other teams that followed? Were they from the beginning Scrum?
Educate everyone. So first of all, really I did the trainings. So in Scrum. So I did not really did the trainings in less till then. Okay. I did the trainings in Scrum, and I just explained some elements of less. So because I knew, so I cannot start with just less straight away. Yeah. It was more. So, and then they saw, because the organization still be not that big, so the organization still know what another departments or what another team's doing. So, and we were before pandemic, so they saw already the whole inspiring, like the people were running around, oh cool, we're doing Scrum now. So, and that's why, so that was clear that some other teams decide also to do it and ask, so an organization, can we not? So
they decided for themselves?
No, it was like combined, so more or less management, of course management decides, it's like a organization still. But they were also like asking, so when are we going to do it, so and stuff like that. But management buy-in, we already got management buy-in, so for this topic. So that means also the top management, the C-level said, okay, it worked out, so we can do Scrum. And okay. And we got like probably 3 more Scrum teams, but they weren't connected to our less adoption. So I did it additionally. And then first scaling was in May 2020, so during pandemic. So we just like, probably we were 3 months already in lockdown, so sitting at home, so and everyone already like got used to it. So and I did like Teams exercises, like the self-designed workshop, so and everything like online.
Maybe thought that we come back to the office in June 2020.
Yeah, but it did not work, kind of. So. And even for events, we order like pizza for everyone, so just after the event, so that it was a kind of celebration, so to get the people also on board. So, but back to what happened. So we got a second feature team because the team got so big. So, and we had really done scale, but we had to split the team because it was not makeable. So with like 16 people to do that. So, and then we had like these further feature teams and organizations. What happened then? So I started to build communities. I don't say community of practice anymore. I started to do communities. So with to make sure that the technical excellence is working as well. So because we're all in the pandemic, so like to show how it works. So we had also like test automation community. Then Scrum Master and PO community. So we started simultaneously to do that. So additionally, which events come up? So okay, I said already sprint planning 1, and it was real sprint planning 1, not like the previous team. So, but we did it really less like, so choosing the topics and not pulling them. So, and then we had this overall product backlog refinement, sprint review, overall retro, including multi-team. So we had, but I think like by this point, by this point, so we invite everyone because the 16 people, so you can manage it. So we did like breakout rooms, not with teams in the past, but just we invite the people in different rooms. So, yep. That we had like both teams inside, so we had people from both teams. Okay, that meant multi. Okay. So, and what happened in management? So we had at the end of the year IT management workshop on organizational transformation. So because it was like really important for management and also important for me to understand where they are at the moment, where they're standing, where they have questions, how to pick them up. So we did like system thinking. We spoke about what could be the next step. So and it was really helpful. It was on in December 2020. So and we even got more management support from that, because if you're not keeping going, so then I would not say the people falling asleep, but they have a lot of stuff to do as well because the operational business telecommunication. So and it was quite interesting. Okay, I did something. Okay. Next steps. So in last year, so we have got a third team, which we started to onboard in September. So and then we have got a management workshop to Agile transformation on the C level. So where with Mark together, by the way. So where we got like they got valuable insights for during the workshops. We realize so that we can do even more, and not only we are realized, so but the management realize, so that that it is a way there. So we are not stopping. So I don't know, Mark. Maybe you can also share a little bit. So what feeling did you have? So going out of the workshop.
So. First of all, I can say when we were in contact and we planned that workshop, so, and I was also accompanying her with the whole journey from time to time. So it's always difficult to do that from bottom up, right? So unless we have that top down, bottom up, you need both, right? And the management buy-in was not that strong at the beginning, as she mentioned here. But what I could see is that during these 3 years, nearly 3 years, the IT management was very eager to broaden that, to get more skills in that, and to solve these problems they have with the business and the other parts of the company. They were very eager to discuss that with their colleagues. And the valuable insights, I think also what I got from that is that the people which are not related to IT or software development, they had a completely different view on what that means, and they had different problems. And I think they do some constructions in streets, they cut the holes in and bring the cable in. That's a completely different world. And they expected in the workshop to get a solution for that. And they were not prepared to think about, okay, let's try out to work with that, right? And therefore, that was, I think, for the whole C-level, very important to understand that there is a different expectation about what Agile is, and we cannot solve that easily or provide out-of-the-box solutions on that. We have to figure out that, and therefore they find out that they have to do more homework and that they do not go over the border of the IT.
Yeah.
First glance, so that they get more experience on a broader scope.
Thank you. And then we stayed in IT. So we did not broaden it further. We did not have a proxy PO, by the way, to make sure. So we had people from the business units as product owners. So they were not from IT.
Yeah, those guys were very collaborative on that, but they hesitate to
make
change the organization on that scale of the company.
That's why I stayed more or less in IT. So and we still have a hub. So also some IT people. So also management from IT. So that is going to work. That's why I'm here. So, what happened this year? As I already said to you, so we have got a third team, so a nearshore team, so it's not sitting in Germany. And we started, and we had already onboarding, remember, 2021, so for some time. So, and we did further scaling with the, again, self-designing team workshop. So we have got the third team, and interesting stuff was that we have got travelers, but I did not give this concept that travelers by myself to figure out it during the workshop. They said, oh, you guys don't have the skills, so then I probably have to go for a while to your team. So, and that was exciting for me and also inspiring for the team, so that they figure out it by themselves. So, and then also we decide on the scout concept, so that the people also coming to the, for example, to the dailies, so, and also coming to the different events of the teams. So, and then, and this part, so we kind of, and they decide a lot of things already by themselves. So, and then it was the right, maybe more point, just to have more trainings. So in IT, in business. So, and I conducted this year a lot of less trainings. So 1 day less trainings, in-house trainings. So where the people could get knowledge about less, what is next. So because we did Scrum, I introduced a little bit of less. So what happened next also to the management. Also the management was participating there. So, and I would say just IT management and some levels of the business. Not C-level for the moment. So just to make sure, so, but I said we're working on it. So, and then events, so we already exercised all the less events, and I introduced all less events. Then we had further less routines and practices. So, and yeah, organizational constraints. What does this picture say? Who knows the movie? Highlander? There can be only one. So, no single PO. That was one of the organizational constraints what we had. It was not possible. For this point, I had the PO team, remember? So, but it was not possible in 2020. I had a lot of discussions, conversations, workshops to implement one PO. Because they said, so we're so different, so B2B, B2C, whatever. So we cannot do it with different business units. We would like to have own POs there. So I said, okay. And I had this more or less like workaround. So weekly shared prioritization meeting, what I said already before. Yeah, where all 3 POs from the units were there. We had also kind of this undone department. So this tester component group, like, you know, like the tester team, so which integrated end-to-end and performance test. So that means just to really complete our user stories, sometimes we made a definition of done for our team, so which was not really completely end-to-end. For some features, yes, but because of this team, and I could not just say, just go home or like, please join, because one tester from the team was already in our team. So, but it was not enough because the process needed to be adjusted. So, which is still has to be done. So, and of course, that's what Mark said before. That was not a software-related work department. So, how to integrate them in this organization? So, how to integrate the hardware and civil works, and how does it work in less? So, that are the questions that we really still have to answer. We still have go ahead and just decide on that, because it's not like, of course, it's not my decision, so I can only support the team so a little bit, so just that they, not a little bit, a lot, so, but they should decide it. And yeah, that I already said before. Then we had external UX support, so, and it was the practical workaround to have, we did not have one in our team. But we had collaboration, so with UX designers, so, and they participated on the product backlog refinement. So, and we found a way to establish this real collaboration, so to reduce the harmful effects. What are the upcoming challenges for this one? So we, of course, need, I say always of course, but probably it's only for me, of course, but we have to restructure the organization to be able to define a single PO with product owners, with the area product owners. That's what we, maybe I don't need to say anything because you know it. We're all working in less. But if you have any questions, I can talk to you after. Yeah. Yes, it is only one product backlog. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I would wish for myself it would be one. There would be only one, but that's organizational constraint. I said so. We are like they hired us as POs, and I would like really to keep my position. I don't want to be like subject matter expert or something like that, which I do also kind of understand. So, but was not possible. But I hope we will restructure this one, so and found a solution so suitable for everyone. Practices in IT, so implement continuous integration practices, which is not also happened completely till now. So, and that what also I hope a lots of discussions are ongoing at the moment. After also the workshops and the trainings, the teams there really would like to change, so and work definitely different, so and that has to be done. So and that what I already said before, solve the integration problems with the civil work departments and with the projects, because also simultaneously in organization they have a project management. So of course started also to have Scrum Masters, and but it is a process. It is not like maybe if you know, maybe if someone did not do adoptions, so think it is like a project, you're coming there, so like 1 year or 2 years and everything is fine. These processes, that's my own personal opinion, it takes years to change this even 1,000 men and women organization. So the message for the less friendly Scrum Masters: don't give up. It is possible, really possible to get the people on board. So, and with the, as I said here, so with the passions, the less principles, and a good timing, really, you always have to see, and it was probably the most important thing in the whole adoption, when is the right moment to have a workshop, to ask the people about that, when you can just really like, when the meetings are necessary. We also, I did not say here, so but we also had this Agile Guiding Coalition after the workshop with IT. Maybe I should mention it here. So, and that was exactly the right time to install it, to implement it into the organization, so and that they can really speak about their transition or Agile transformation. And of course, this whole thing can inspire management to change from a pure bottom-up approach to combined top-down, bottom-up approach. So, which I, of course, from my side, really hope that they will do. And yeah, and that's what you see here. I think that's really good prerequisites to introduce less sustainability, so in the organization. So far, ta-da! Thank you, guys. Thank you very much that you joined this session. I love you. Any questions?
How did you manage the expectations from management to deliver features? So what I see is they expect the number 100 features, and the team say, okay, yeah, realistic about 60 or 70 a year.
We invite them to the reviews. We invite them to the reviews, and we invite the people from their departments, because we were collaborating with business. So, and also the like billing and everything like that, so accounting. We invite them to the sessions that they could see the progress and could understand so where we are at the moment. We invite them to the refinement sessions so that they know exactly what is the velocity, how they do it. So to involve the people supports a lot. Of course, you have to prioritize, the product owners prioritize the in the backlog, in the product backlog items. It doesn't matter if like bugs or like user stories, whatever. So, and then it was possible so that we had already after like 5 sprints, like velocity, whatever, what. So, and then we keep going, so, and they knew exactly so how much we can deliver, because they visit us in the session. So of course we did not speak about that in the review session. But sometimes, of course, someone, because they asked the question, what are the metrics? So, and the team said, okay, we could deliver so far so much, and also in the planning. So preparation for the planning, so was managed with those guys. So that means they knew always how it works and how much can we deliver. I hope it answered your question. I can answer your question a little bit.
Yeah. If there's a perspective from the C-level, mostly they have bigger goals or other goals or other expectations that the product owner team that are closer to the teams and they know how is velocity and so on, and their C-level and said, okay, we have to deliver this feature this year, or we have to deliver these features also this year. Was there any meetings or discussions or anything else?
No.
In a serious way.
You see, we had anyway a kind of local optimization. So because if we would change like one by one and goes like the complete organization is probably going to be really easy. So, but all reporting what they had then upstairs. So they knew because the C-level comes not. I mean, I think it was only once in our review. So, but like the division leads come to the review. So and they could report so where we are. And of course, so sometimes we could deliver, sometimes we could not. So because this was just too much, so and somebody got ill or whatever, all the circumstances.
Maybe because before you introduce this, they are also not so successful. So the history was not so successful. So the C-level is used to not getting things that they expect. And this getting better with this process, so they are kind of satisfied.
I think actually, ironically, it's one of the things that you said, just my opinion, one of the things that you said, and you seem to be thinking as a negative, that you don't have these product owners. I think you've achieved something quite extraordinary, actually, because a lot of times less adoptions start in the IT world. And we always say we want a business product owner. But it's very hard to influence the organisation of them. And what people do is they put in a fake product owner who sits on technology.
Proxy PO, yeah.
Who then takes those requirements and then we have a product owner. But what you've done actually, I think, is much more because you've got the business to come together and between them organise the priorities and really, and I think that's fantastic and I think that's really difficult. So although you were saying, I would like this, actually what you've achieved is something quite remarkable. I think you should be proud of yourself.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm not really negative. I know it's good, but the discussions regarding being only one product owner, I remember they were really long and they were really challenging, demanding.
To get people from different business owners, different business areas with different objectives to actually agree to say, your one can go first, mine will go second, is not to be underestimated. So I think
yeah, thank you.
Right?
Yeah. But the discussions were before that started 2019, after before the team started to go before scaling. So and I know how long we were sitting together and discussing. So because I said it's gonna be only one, so they said no. So we are from different business units. So who is going to be the one? Thank you. Because we figured out so that the CEO is supposed to be the product owner. So and I said, that's why we decide on this product owner team. Yeah. Thank you. I know I have to just check the time shortly. Yeah, we're right on time. Thank you very much again. So and then of course I will load all the things on the page. So and then you can see also the slides.
Thank you.
You're welcome.